Hi everyone and welcome back to my Essex Homestead allotment channel. I haven't really been up to much for the past few days. I'm getting over a chest infection, but I feel well enough to do a bit of planting today, so I'll just run you through what I've got in the greenhouse and what I need to plant out in my no-dig beds outside. So down here I've got some Ironman calabrese and some greyhound cabbage. And then I've got some Savoy cabbage here, some dwarf curly kale, and some sunset, I believe they're sunset cauliflowers down here. And then up here I've got some red cabbage and a few other small brassicas that aren't really doing very well. And then I've got my marathon calabrese up here, and these are some golden acre cabbage. So I'll be putting some of these out and these out, the red cabbage today. My sugar snap peas, I'll be putting them out today. This is my celery and celeriac, not doing too bad. There's my re-sowing of leeks, they're coming up nicely. Got my Swedes to go out today. There's a few lettuces behind those. I'll be putting these spring onions into my lettuce bed today. It's my daughter's sweet peas are starting to come up. There's some cuttings, some radish there. I think I'm going to give them a couple more days before I plant out. It's my daughter's sowing of cucumbers, not come up yet. There's some herbs there. There's some leeks down here, and my daughter's peas are coming up there. And then up here I've got some lettuce I'm going to plant out today. Managed to get some spinach to germinate, it's a miracle. And then I've got some rocket, mustard and some turnips, probably going to put them out today. These are some plants I need to put on. I've got some Blue Lake French beans there. I'm going to be putting them in the container in the greenhouse today. All my lupins are starting to come up. A tray of white Lisbon spring onions there. They're starting to germinate now. And then all these lettuces, or not all of them, but as many as I can get out in the beds will be going out today. There's a bit of beetroot there, some herbs. And I need the space from what I'm planting out today to pot these up. There's some marigolds and some dahlias in there. And then there's the chrysanthemums at the front there. And potatoes are doing alright. My lettuce bed in here is looking nice. The radishes, we've been picking them every day basically, putting them in our salads. So I think once I've pulled all these, the ones that I've got growing on the shelving unit behind me, will be going back in the greenhouse here. So yeah, I'm going to get on with planting all these out. I'll show you what I'm going to do outside in a minute. Right, so this is my brassica bed. It's 30 inches wide, 15 foot long, and this is a no-dig bed. So earlier on in the season I put a 2-inch layer of my homemade compost on this bed and a further 2-inch layer of used compost that I can get hold of. I've marked out where I want my transplants to go. So across the 30-inch bed I'm going to have 2 plants in each row. So these are 12 inches apart, and then if we go to the next lot, they're diagonally across, so these are 12 inches apart here. That then gives you, this is 8 inches between the rows, but between plants at any given point gives you 12 inches. So that's basically all the way along that bed. I've staggered the holes, so every plant should really get 12-inch spacings, although I'm actually gaining a little bit because the rows are only 8 inches apart. So I'm just going to go and get the plants out of the greenhouse now, and I'll see how many I can fit in here. I think I've got 44 holes, so I've got 8 Swedes to go in, and then a mixture of my kales and cabbages and broccolis and cauliflowers. So I'll see what I want to squeeze in this bed. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so what I've done on this bed, I've just given it a light scattering of chicken manure pellets, and then on each hole just a scattering of fish blood and bone, and that's what I'm going to put the plants into. So get on and do that now. Let's put all the plants out here. I have left 6 holes up the end there for my Brussels sprouts when I can prick them on and they get big enough to plant out. But the rest of them are going to be going in here. So we'll see how we get on. I think I'm going to have Swedes up this end, and cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower up that way. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Right, so I've managed to get all these planted now and watered in. So here I've got 8 Swede, and then I've got 6 Ironman broccoli, and then here is some greyhound cabbage, 6 of those. Here is some marathon calabrese, there's 4 of those there. These are golden acre cabbages, and then I've got 4 cheesy cauliflowers here. These are a Savoy cabbage here. And then I've got 4 dwarf curly kales, and I've got 4 red cabbages down here. So that's my brassica bed planted. Haven't managed to keep any spaces for my Brussels sprouts, but what I'm going to do, I think, is because Brussels sprouts go quite tall and not that wide, I might interplant my Brussels sprouts down the centre of this here when they're big enough to plant out. Once the transplants get bigger, I'm going to lift these hoops up on some canes, or I'll get some bars or something to lift these up. So I'll have a couple of foot lift up, and then it hoop on the top, and I'll get some debris netting to go on the top of that to keep the cabbage white butterfly off these, and the pigeons and everything else that like to eat brassicas. But yeah, I'm going to order these seedlings here. These are all going over my brother's and my dad's. They're going to be planted on their allotments, and I'm going to have to restrain myself from sowing so many next time, but they did want what I had left, so I did sow plenty. But that's all that. I'm just going to put the netting over that now, and put these back in the greenhouse, and I'll drop them off to my dad and my brother later on in the week. I'll get them turnips out in here, and then finish this lettuce bed off. Right, so I've put my cover over my brassicas now, so they should be all good. I just put some clips on each of the poles and a bit of wood down the side just to hold that down. Now I'm gonna go and plant my peas over my arch over here. So I've just watered this and along here, and I'm gonna get these in. I'm gonna have to put a bit more string, to put some screws in here and put some string across here. I'm going to plant these peas all the way along here and then halfway down here. I'll get on with that now. Right, so I've managed to get my peas in now. Put some more strings in here. Got my peas in here. Once they get a little bit bigger, I'll be able to tuck them in. Tuck them in between the strings. Same on this side. So now I need to get on to planting out some more lettuces. These turnips and rocket, and where are we? These spring onions here, and what I can get out of these ones. These are the red ones, didn't germinate very well, so yeah, so I'm gonna get on to doing that now. Right, so I've managed to finish planting my lettuces. Got some romaine here, there's freckles, baby oak leaf, some little gem, some Lala Rosso, and then these are rocket, and then they've all been interplanted with spring onions. These are Isakura spring onions, and I've managed to get 2 rows of the red spring onions that didn't germinate very well. And then the rest of the spring onions up here are white Lisbon. So it won't be long, those lettuces will catch up with how big these ones are. I'm going to start picking them soon. I didn't manage to plant my turnips. I'm going to let them grow on in the cell tray for another week, let the roots form a little bit better, and then hopefully my spinach will be going in here soon. But yeah, take you in the greenhouse and see what we got left. So I've managed to plant my Blue Lake French beans in there. That'll be an early one. When they get a bit bigger, I'll put some canes in there, stay in the greenhouse. Yeah, so these turnips, they just need to grow on a little bit more. All these lettuces here, I might find some more spaces for those, and the rest of them will be going over my dad's and my brother's. Same with these brassicas here, down here. Won't be long and I'll be planting that radish out. So yeah, there's a little bit of space now. I can start pricking these out later on in the week. Planting, putting them on into bigger cells, and I've got to put all these up here. I think there's some kohlrabi, some endive, and there's some, I've actually managed to get some Brussels sprouts to germinate there. So yeah, happy with what we've got to today. So that's all the brassica bed all planted out. Get some more turnips in this one. This one hasn't got anything in it yet. This one's supposed to be my spinach, but I may, what spinach I have got, put in between Monge 2 peas, and then I might put some more lettuce in here and probably interplant it with either more spring onions or radish or something like that. I'm going to pull some more of these for dinner tonight. These are getting nice and big now, so yeah, I'll have to pull all them soon, and probably have to give them away to friends and family because some of them are getting pretty big. Right, well that's me done for today. I think I've achieved quite a lot, and I've cleared a bit of space in my greenhouse ready for some more potting on and some more sowing. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.